Hello, and welcome to So You Think You Can Fanon, the only podcast where we sometimes read bad fanfictions and sometimes read good fanfictions. Today's a very special episode. One, because Jake is sick, and Jake is usually late anyways, so we usually wait on him, but since he's sick today, we got someone who is actually on time. It's Matt. Say hi, Matt.
Hey, it's me again, the weird figment of your imagination, who may or may not be in some episodes.
Yeah. And we also have another special guest with us today, and that is hit anime character Kai.
Hello.
And of course, we have our good friend Sergio.
Yes, I am here.
Hello.
And today we have a very special sponsor. Today we are sponsored by Cool Bro and Hella Jeff.
Whoa. Cool.
Oh,
Bro,
hell yeah.
I think I screwed up. I was supposed to say Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, wasn't I?
It's Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Yeah, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. Not their knockoff. Cool Bro and Hella Jeff.
No, we can dig their knockoff. We can dig that.
I'm okay with the knockoff. Sometimes we just can't get the official party, so we have to settle for the third party.
Yeah, it's too expensive to get Sweet Bro.
It'd be like if we got
Bro.
Yeah, it's like if we got sponsored by Blue Apron, and instead we had to settle for like Green Chef Hat.
Yes.
I don't even want to think of what kind of godless abomination the art of Cool Bro and Hella Jeff would be compared to Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
So, since we have a special guest, Kai has brought us a generous offering. Kai, what have you brought for the class today?
I have brought you STDIDER Pokemon TRANER.
Damn.
It's the best thing ever.
It's is it really Homestuck 2?
It's way better than Homestuck 2. Homestuck 2 is a lie, and this is actually the sequel to Homestuck.
Damn. I didn't know that they cross over with Nintendo.
Yes,
and
they had to.
It's written by the legendary author XXX Cascadaire XXX.
As you know, he's actually Toby Fox.
Of course. It's just an alternate account.
Mm-hmm.
So, who wants to be the narrator?
That's a...
I think I would like to be the narrator. I don't know why.
Somebody who's really good at reading typos needs to be the narrator.
Exactly.
I can read through typos pretty good. How about Sergio and I switch off? You can do the first one, I'll do the second one.
Okay. Who wants to be Dave STDIDER himself?
I call dibs.
Yeah, I figured.
All right.
You're the lad who cosplayed him, so I feel
Yes.
like it's unfair.
I'll be
who wants to be Carcat? I think he's in this first chapter. I don't.
Yes.
Sure,
Karkat's
I will be Kark.
And who wants to be Professor Oak?
I'll be Awk.
Okay. So I will start by narrating the first chapter. Well, first I'll start with the description. Dave Form Homestuck goes on a Pokemon adventure. Author's note. Parenthesis, delted my story. Stupid jerks. So I re-uploaded. Parenthesis. Ring ringin'. The phone went as Davy got out of bed. He picked it up, and it was his fave Pokemon professor, Oak.
Hey, Oak, how's it going?
Dave asked.
Very God, Dave.
Oka replied. It is time for you to come. Oh, sorry. This is Oak.
It is time for you to come get a Pokemon now, Dave. So get to my lab, quick. Ooh.
Dave run to his lab in his pajamas, just like Ash, lol.
That's
he was
pajamas.
so in a hurry that he forgot his shandas on his dresser.
Oh no, he's naked.
I'm here, Dave said as he brushed an Oak's door.
This is also you.
I want a Pokemon now, Oak.
Dave sighed. He was dead serious.
Sorry, Dave.
Oak said.
There are no more Pokemon left. Boo, I will let you pick anyone from the Pucker decks, and you can use one eye in your adventure.
Cool, Devia said. Oh, sorry,
I choose you,
read that.
GROUNDOON.
GROUNDOON was a legend and very cool. So Dave picked him, and he was Aslos on fire because he knew fire blast, which is a very strong mob.
Fire blast.
Dave went to Left Oak's lab, but first Oak warned him and said,
"Watch out for Team Bad and their leaders, Jack and Cart. They want to steal all the Pokemon and kill you."
Oh no.
Dave said.
This is not good. How can I be champ if I'm dead?
Exactly.
Oak said.
You must avoid them at all costs.
So Dav left, and then he now had GROUNDOON. What will happen next?
Oh, it's right up there with Termkey Sam Mitch.
It doesn't quite reach the level of Chain of Memories, though. I'm sad to say.
Oh my god. How many land masses are we going to be thrown into?
I don't know, dude. Where are the swords? I don't see them on his back.
No, they're on my back.
All right, Matt, it's your turn to read.
I'm going to take a sleep.
All right, first chapter, the quest begins, has over. We are now on Car Part Attacks. Devia walked onto Route 1 with GROUNDOON.
Good job, bro.
Dave said after they killed Ratatatata with GROUNDOON's Fisser. Dave's Pokemon just grinned because he was cool like Tat. Suddenly, Kit Kat.
Let me think of a voice 1 second.
You don't have to think of a voice. There is a voice.
Just be angry.
Shouting.
Hey, Dave, I'm on Team Bad. You're going down.
Carkit said.
Oh no!
Dave exclaimed.
This is so bad. I'm gonna die.
Carrie Cat sent out a Digimon? And Dave said, "That's not fair."
Yes, it is.
Kirkrit said.
I will win now.
Then Dave looked on in awe and saw Will Turner behind him.
I will be Will Turner.
He was so radiant and cool with sinning brown hair, and he was so hot. But Dave didn't thick. No, because he was not gay. Will leapt forward and stabbed Carrie Cat's Digimon with his sword.
That's illegal.
This is a Carcat. Cart yelped before funning away.
Oh, man.
Funning away.
He got in a car and tired to run Dav over. But Dave was too fast and Kit Kat crashed into a wall and he got hurt, but did not die.
Oh, no.
He got way.
Dave screamed at Will.
No.
Will said.
He may be gone, but we can still carry on our journey.
Will then joined Dave's party because he thought Dav was cool. They wailed a bit and got to Cerulean City. Instead of Misty, the gym leader was Link.
From hit video game?
I guess
Let's
I'll also be
epic
Link.
crossover.
Fight me, Dav, and get the badge.
Link said. Dave sent out GROUNDOON, and Link sent out Scyther was no match for GROUNDOON Fog, and Link gave Dave the good badge.
The good badge.
Dave
You got good.
Dave has one beige now. One how many roll can he get? Meanwhile, in Team Bad, Cattrack was in Team Bad HQ with Jack.
I can.
Would
I
like
can
to
do
be
that.
Jack Noir.
I'll do it.
I believe that would work. Go ahead.
What the hell happened?
Jack asked.
Dave is so strong.
Carmart answered.
We can't beat him. We must retreat.
No.
Jakaxian.
You are just weak. Let me handle him later. Until then, activate the plan.
Jakak left.
Wow,
Alright,
this is
chapter
already
3.
a masterpiece.
Jakak's Tarp. Route 3 was a very dangerful place with lures of rocks and grass. Dave and Will was waking along, trying hard to avoid the many dangers.
This sucks so hard, Will.
Dave said. Yeah, bro. Will replied. There was not even Wilpid Pokemon. Then they saw Moon Mountain Cave. Bro, we got to go into cave, Will said. So they went into the cave and it was dark.
I can't see a thing.
Dave said. That's why you need Flash,
no.
G.
Oh,
Thor.
Thor.
I will be Thor.
All right.
Thor
Thor, all
Odinson.
Thor said as he walked towards the two adventurers.
I will give you flock now.
So HM Flaw now. Thor said all sexy like.
Okay, thanks.
Dave replied. He talk it, and then Thor disappeared because he was a god and could do that. Dave taught Flash the GROUNDOON because GROUNDOON was really cool and could learn Flash. They used it and the cavea lit up and Jack was there.
You fell into my trap, losers.
Jakak yelled. Then the teleported big dem and pulled the lever. A big net fell on Will, Dan, Dave, GROUNDOON. Now, sorry.
Oh, now you will never get the next badge because you are trapped in my net. Ass.
Jakak laughed more and disappeared.
No, we are tarped in the net. How will we get out?
Dave asked. It's easy, Will said. We will call Officer Joy for Yelp, and she will save us because she is a police.
No,
Dave said.
there is not of time. GROUNDOON, use Flash.
The net was destroyed.
Now we must get the gym badge quickly.
So they left the cave. Meanwhile, with Team Bad, Jakak was so mad. He was walking the two TRANERs from his TV and his base, and they escaped. Cat Kit came and said, I know
how to beat them.
Oh!
Jakak replied. Jakak.
That's me. Okay. It's easy. We have to take her away. What matters most? Dave's love. Brilliant.
Jack said.
Let's do this.
Will Dave Getty his next GM made? Find out soon! Exclamation point. One.
Can we just talk about how fucking Chad of a maneuver it is to have Groudon use Flash to break a net?
GROUNDOON.
Groundoon, yes, of course. Excuse my grievous transgression.
It's like Houndoom mixed with Groundon.
Yes.
That's how I'm picturing
Can
it.
Groudon even learn Flash?
I'm pretty sure. Also, can I just
Maybe?
mention
Let's check.
ha 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 ass?
I also like that it's now a General Motors Bade.
Yes.
Game Master's Bade.
The gay men bade.
Does not look like Groudon can learn Flash.
Well, there's
Oh
my
Groundoon.
God.
It's okay.
What about Houndoon?
Houndoom.
Houndoon, yes.
Yeah.
Not even with TM? Were you checking TMs?
Of all the moves that it can get, it looks like Flash wasn't it. Maybe it can get it. I don't know.
I'm checking Cerebi. According to Cerebi, no.
Damn.
Let's check the Gen 3 decks.
that's
It
true.
doesn't look like Houndoom can either.
What the fuck?
Total
wait, hold
power
on.
move.
Fire type can't learn Flash. This is bullshit.
Yeah, that is
Where-
bullshit, actually. Like, if you think
yeah,
about
I cannot
it,
learn Flash.
Why?
it can make fire. Like, how can it not flash?
Well, guys, the explanation is obvious as to why they can't learn Flash. Otherwise, they'd be able to escape any nets you put them in.
Oh, that's true. That's true. The
True.
net ball just does not work because they can use Flash.
Yeah, nets are so important in Pokemon. They had to balance it that way.
Oh,
All right, are you ready for chapter 4?
Oh my
Yes,
God.
I will read chapter 4. Museum Rumble. Dave and Will and GROUNDOON lurfed the cave. Abd went to go to Pewter City and get
Wait
the
a
next bag. What?
This is. Don't you go to Pewter City first?
Yes, you do.
Yeah? Is there a problem here, Michael?
Yeah. This. I mean, I'm okay with GROUNDOON and Link and Digimon and stabbing Digimon, but I don't know
Almost
if I
getting
can
run
really
over by
just swap
cars.
over 2 cities.
The second you don't go to Pewter City first, hold the fuck up.
Now,
That's
hold
where you draw the
fuck
line.
up. That is where I draw the line. It's absolutely bullshit.
Shouldn't you have
You were
noticed it
able-
earlier then?
Huh?
You were able to suspend your disbelief until now.
I was.
Fair.
I also did one pun.
All right, so they were going to Pewter City and get the next bag because there are the heroes of the story, except not Will. He's a Sty character.
Oh no. More
So there's-
characters.
So there's not they plural main characters. It's just one. It's just Dave STDIDER. Good to know.
Of course.
He's the title lead.
When they finally got there, Naruto was there and said, "You can't get the babe yet because Gym Leader Terezi is captured by Team Bad."
No!
Dave yelled.
I loved her! Where did they take her?
Naruto said. Then
That's you.
whoever's is it gonna be me? All right.
Yeah.
Naruto
you
said
started.
they took her to the museum where they went to revive fossil Pokemon and rule the world.
Why would they do that?
Dave asked. Because she can revive Follows with her fossils, revive her Makin, and also they will not to hurt you because you love her. Dave, Adden Will left to the left to the museum. Is that actually okay? Yeah, he spelled it right that time. Museum and open at the door, and Terezi was there and also was safe.
Where is Team Bad?
Dave asked.
That's
I
more
think
like
it's still
Dave
Dave.
asked.
It's more of a threat. I mean, even they are self-aware.
Dave asked.
All right, the next thing is still a Dave line.
Oh, it is? Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I hate this. Okay. Naruto told me they had you in here and they were gonna revive Pokemon.
I lied! Naruto said as he unasked himself if he was Jack.
Karkit, now!
Jakak yelled and Tarpsy unmasked herself. Dear God, she was already so thin. She unmasked herself and was Calf Cat. Jack laughed and said,
You guys are chumps. Terezi is safe and sunned into gym.
What information is he? Yeah, let's see. That's
Yeah.
Kartark added.
We lured Ooh here, and now are going to kill Ooh and take GROUNDOON.
Ooh, our bad man.
Dave said he leapt to the of them and swung his sword, but he missed.
You fools! We all have swords.
But he missed because if he killed them, the story would be over. Dave real Zed that fighting isn't Nesakarti because this is Pokemon. So he sent down GROUNDOON. Jack grinned.
Groundoon sucks. My Pokemon is better. Go Lugia. No, Luigia.
Luigia.
Jesus Christ.
Groundoon beat Luigia easily. Fog, because he is ground type, which is effective against flying.
We will get you next time.
Wait, but don't ground type moves miss flying? What?
Yes.
We don't need to talk about that.
Rock type, though. Rock type is effective. I know a little bit about Pock.
It's Jack this time.
Yeah, I did say it, but I'll say it again because it's a great line. We will get you next time.
Jakak yelled as
He's
him.
Suddenly Australian.
Yeah. Dude, this writing is suddenly every word in the English language, every step. Jakak yelled as him and Kit Car fled. Will.
We beat him.
Will said. Exclamation mark. Dave said, but now we have to. Now we have to be Terepi.
Now we have to be Terepi and get the badge.
That's a really philosophical statement.
Dave is trans? Question mark?
Trans person?
He's transsexual, transhumanist, trans species.
Yeah, he is a trans species.
Hold on.
Terepi is an alien.
I'm so confused.
We can explain later. So they went to the gym and saw Tarzepi, and she said, "Who wants to be Tarzepi, Terepi, Terezi?"
I'll be Tarzepi.
Dave, I miss you and love you.
Dave hugged and kissed her, and because Tyrie loved him, he got the badge for free.
Dave, I'm coming with you on your quest.
Dave said,
"Cool."
Because they were in love. Dave now has 2 badges and Terzi on his team. What could go wrong now? A lot long.
I feel like that's a perfect place to end it off, so that way we don't spoil the whole thing.
Oh man,
and
all 25 chapters.
Yeah,
all 17,059 words of this.
a masterpiece. And we'll come back after a quick little break. And welcome back from the break. That's how we do it here in the recording, Kai. Yeah, we just pause for a second and then we come back.
It's a very quick break.
It's very quick when you're not listening to it like through a podcast listening device.
Yes. Insert generic device here.
Yeah, like Google Play, Apple, Amazon,
Spotify.
Spoofy, yeah. Many different thingles. Perfect. So many different ways.
Amzoon, which is the cousin of Groundoon.
Amzoon.
Let us discuss
the masterpiece that is Dave STDIDER Pokemon Trainer. It was very fun to read.
It's got a lot of characters, which I appreciate. Like, you just need as many characters from as many different franchises as possible.
Yes, of course.
I love they didn't make any sense. They didn't have a theme or a reason. They were just there.
They're just here. And isn't that how all great characters exist? They're just there randomly.
Yes,
there's no point for them in the story.
Exactly. I think it's a masterpiece, to be honest.
Yes, it truly is. I am curious though, how much of this was written to purposefully be like this, and how much of it is just pure incompetence?
I think this is a troll fic. I don't think this is serious, being how he misspells Carcat a different way every single time.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of this is intentionally bad.
Yeah, it's very clear that it's intentionally bad. There's there's a way to spot like a bad fan fiction, and it's pretty pretty obvious, but like when you're trying to make it purposefully bad, you kind of exaggerate it so hard that it almost becomes extremely noticeable.
Yes. Also, it's very like in keeping with Homestuck in general, because there are parts that are purposefully bad, and by that I mean complete masterpieces like Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff that we could not afford. So cool.
They're
Bro
really
and Hella
expensive,
Jeff.
apparently.
Could you imagine giving someone learning English and showing them a fan fiction?
That might be an interesting exercise, actually, to see how many mistakes they can point out.
That would be I feel like that's like one way of teaching English. Like if you were to sit down with like an exchange student and ask them to read the fan fiction, they'd probably look at it, then look at you, and then immediately walk away without even having read a word.
That's the test
I've
I would
seen
do to a
several
student.
people learn, like, to help them learn English, they write fan fiction, and those are usually better than this trash.
Yeah, they usually try.
They
Yeah.
usually use quotation marks more than
that's
just
also
like
true.
scattering them around wherever they feel like.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, this does use a few more quotations per paragraph than Chain of Memories does sometimes, which is kind of impressive, looking back on that.
This is definitely the superior fanfic.
I think about it every day.
Although, I'll be honest, there's no power kicks. There's no power kicks in this. There are power kicks in Chain of Memories.
Power kicks?
Yeah, there's just a line where Riku power kicks a woman through a brick wall, and it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
I need to start reading.
Well, I mean, we should have hit episode 20 by now, so it is...
Yeah, we already passed episode 20. This is episode 21 on the
Yeah, so we need
technicality.
to read it.
It's something that will have to be done. I personally cannot stand reading it because it's a lot of like really bad punctuation, and it's not like the fun kind.
Oh, don't worry, you get used to it.
Oh,
You get
yeah.
used to it.
Oh, I
my
bet.
gosh.
I mean, how many chapters are you in?
Oh, let's see. It's been a while since I've read it. If I go back through it, I think I got up to 13. Yeah, I got up to 13. Just so you know, there are 2 chapters, both identically named Castle Twilight.
Oh, jeez.
I think about that every day.
I think I got up to Sora and Riku versus Akiza number 7.
Oh, Akiza number 7.
Yes, Akiza number 7. All the people in just really quick side note, all the people in that story who are villains, they just have number something after their name if they're in the organization.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, it makes it easier to keep track of them.
Yeah. Name is Organization 7, by the way, just in case you were curious.
Damn.
There's a lot of
7.
7s in this. I see a common theme.
Yes, it's a joke on the fact that there's a group called Organization 13 in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
Would never have known.
Even though the plot of this is kind of just Naruto, except not. Let's get back on track though with STDIDER Pokemon Trainer. Very fun to read, like I said.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun because it's like when it's purposefully bad, they have a lot more freedom
Mhm.
because like they can just
Yes.
kind of shit on themselves and
It has its
slowly
own
do like
style.
yeah.
But like unlike Chain of Memories, which like you can almost never tell when the narrator is speaking or when someone's speaking, you can, if you pay attention, there's a very specific way where he cues in for dialogue that doesn't involve quotations. It's actually kind of brilliant.
Yeah, there's some
like
rhyme
poetry.
to the season.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
No, it's like poetry in the fact that like it uses unconventional signaling in order to
I think we call that
have
foreshadowing.
dialogue.
Speaking of poetry, did you know that anything written in the standard meter can be sung like the Pokemon theme?
What?
Really?
Yes.
That's terrifying.
Do you have an example?
That's what the Pokemon theme was composed in. I'll have to find I can see if I can find the original post. On that.
Please do.
I'm very curious because I personally would like to read one. Sometimes you just want to be the best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test.
Okay.
Train them is my real test.
Okay, I'm about to post something.
Gotta
I'm
catch
posting it.
them
I'm
all.
posting it in general.
Okay.
Read that to the Pokemon theme in your head, and you'll find that it works.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
fucking god. This is cursed.
It's blessed and cursed at the same
Here,
time.
I'll sing it for the audience. That way they can follow along. The poem normally is read, because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. But with the Pokemon theme, it's because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality.
Oh no.
It's beautiful.
Oh no. It's true.
We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure
For
his civility.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
This is the most cursed thing I've ever learned.
Yeah, most of Emily Dickinson's poetry can be read to the Pokemon theme.
That's really interesting.
That has added layers
I can't
to
believe she
enjoying
predicted-
Emily Dickinson.
I can't believe she predicted that.
Or there's this one that someone recommended singing to the Pokemon theme.
Would anyone else like to do it, or do you just want me to do it again?
You got
we don't
this.
have to do it, but you can if you want to. You did it pretty
Okay.
good.
I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm. The eyes around had wrung them dry, and breaths were gathering firm for that last onset when the king be witness. In the room I willed my keepsakes, signed away a portion of me be assignable, and then it was there interposed a fly with blue uncertain, stumbling buzz between the light and me, and then the windows failed, and then I could not see to see.
Why does that-
Pokemon.
It shouldn't work, but it does.
It's
That's
so
amazing.
powerful.
Well, technically, it should work because they made the Pokemon theme in standard meter.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to come up with something like really like cursed.
It's the common meter is alternation between an 8-syllable line and 6 syllables.
Gosh, no, I'm really tempted to make my own cursed Pokemon theme.
You really should.
I'll do that for another episode because that's
Yes.
it's a lot of
That's
work,
an
and I want to
undertaking.
make sure. Yeah, I want to
Yes.
make sure that it's as terrible as possible.
Or as amazing as possible.
I mean, I'm okay with either.
I'm sure it'll be both.
I hope so. I really do hope so.
Doubly back onto the main topic. Thanks to XXX Cascadere XXX for creating Dave STDIDER Pokemon Trainer. Should the author ever listen? What was that?
Oh, I was gonna say also thanks for re-uploading it, apparently.
Yeah, the re-upload is very appreciated. It's been up
Yeah.
for 7 years. 7 years now.
Let's go 7 years. PogChamp.
Huge pogs.
I wonder where he is now. I wonder if he's successful.
I hear I have a friend, her name's Ruby, and every time I say Pog, she tells me that Pog reminds her of like some kind of like low-key racial slur. Like it's not like it doesn't remind her of another word that would be a racial slur. It's just like
It just
Pog
sounds like
sounds
one.
like something that would be one, yeah.
It's probably because it sounds a lot like Trog.
And
yeah.
that made me it made me just sit there and rethink my life as I have grown so accustomed to saying PogChamp.
All I can think about is those like little circular things from the 90s called
Oh,
Pogs.
yeah, I remember those. My brother had some.
Yeah, my siblings had some as well. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life, though.
I don't think I've seen one in real life either. I know of them.
My brother had a huge collection of them. I can't remember if he sold them or not. What a beautiful, beautiful thing we've partaken together with Dave STDIDER.
Dave
people
STDIDER, Pokerman Traner.
I have to say, this is the only thing that this author has written.
Is
It's
it?
sad. Yeah.
It's not sad. It's fine. It's like a one-hit wonder.
Magnum
That's
opus.
the one-hit wonder.
The magnum opus is right here. Like they didn't need to even write anything else. Like this was it. This was the pinnacle of their writing career.
This is the pinnacle of writing.
True.
Yeah,
This is
I don't even know why you need to add in writing. This is the pinnacle. All mankind
You're right.
together for this one moment.
Yes.
That's fair.
Now, if one day perhaps someone else will come along and create the spin-off, John Eggboot Digimon Must.
Okay. Wait.
You should do it. I think that you have the power.
I might have to.
So much power.
I'll call the first chapter Tajuni Starts.
Oh man. We still need to read your amazing Emperor Palpatine gets a McRib fanfiction.
Oh yeah, I
my
forgot about that.
God.
I was planning on adding on more to that at some point, but I've just never thought of other things.
Please do. I'd be so happy with that.
I'll turn it into a multi-part fan fiction where each one is Palpatine trying to get a McRib.
He approaches the Taco Bell. I would like one McRib, please. Sir, this is a Taco Bell.
I want a McRib. I did not ask you for a Taco Bell.
Did I stutter?
Oh, yeah, we should do that at some point.
That'd be great.
Next
Okay.
episode.
Question mark?
Question mark. Thinking emoji.
Well, next episode, hopefully we will have the special project that Jake has been working on.
If not that, then maybe the D&D thing that we've been holding off on. Mostly because I have no idea how to fucking start it. So we'll see on that.
I mean, I would go back to that episode and, I don't know, take notes of everything that we said.
I believe.
I mean,
that we,
I already have notes. It's just the thing is like with me, especially coming with let's say, trying to think here, like when it's a story, I have a hard time like beginning, like putting in like a first act than I do having anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
That
I'm
can be
like
hard for a lot of
exact
writers.
opposite. I'm really good at starting stuff, but in the middle it just falls apart.
Yeah, you should help me with my webcomic then, please.
I definitely could.
Please do. I need help badly. Like I'm like, wow, this ending is so cool and fun, and I have this really interesting middle part, but I don't fucking
No
know where to
beginning?
start. Yeah. Like I have like an idea, and then I look at it, I'm like, I don't know, the pacing's a little off on this. It feels I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out right now.
Some advice that I can give there is, if you feel like you constantly make a beginning with bad pacing, it's very much possible that if you tried to get into the nitty-gritty of the middle or the ending, that might also have bad pacing. But if you have a good idea of what the middle and ending are going to be, you could actually try and start your story there, and then that would help you work through any issues that you might have with pacing.
The problem is that for me, with the story, I could technically begin in two different spots. I can begin because I really want the audience to get attached to this one of the main characters because they're going to be offed, and the I don't like. I want it to be where it's.
I don't mean to introduce the story in the middle to the readers. I mean start your writing process in the middle and then work your way backwards to the beginning you want.
The problem, okay, that problem then is, would I prefer? I think it's like I think where I want it is. Do I start with like because, oh fuck, it's hard to explain. Like I have like an idea of where the story, like I guess Act 2 would properly begin. But it's the part where it's like Act 1 where I'm still trying to figure out if I want to start in the past and then go to the present, or go in the present then dip into the past and kind of allude to that more and more as things are revealed. But like as I said, I want the audience to get attached to another character, so that way when they eventually die, it's really heartbreaking.
In some ways,
you care.
In some ways, it might even be better to start in the middle than in that case, because you know exactly the scenes you're going to have to build into from your beginning, so you know how to set it up for the audience to believe in that character.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
The best advice I can give you is and this goes for anybody who's a writer out there, just start. Because
Yes.
if you just think about it all the time, you will trick yourself into believing that you're a worse writer than you really are. Because you're not able to think through the individual issues with the works you're working through. Just because you can't do that until you start really writing the nitty-gritty of it. And then you'll realize how you want characters to talk. You'll realize how you want to describe locations. And it helps so much.
And you can always go back and fix stuff if you're not happy with it.
That's why I might even recommend to some people who have difficulty starting writing, start with a fan fiction, because the groundwork's done for you. The story has already started, and you can take it in a different direction, and then that will help you learn how to write things normally. And then this is just for the audience, not for you specifically, Michael.
No, I understand. No, I'm following along. I totally agree with you on that.
I also agree. I definitely started my writing with fan fiction, as people often do.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey also started as that, which is quite a magical thing.
I mean, it's still a fan
God.
fiction.
It is still a fan fiction.
Around.
They just changed the names.
Yes.
Yeah, like my favorite character is Zuko Midoriya. I mean, Green Naruto.
Green Naruto, yes. Naruto Verde, if you will.
Ooh,
So powerful.
spicy. I like it.
He's the best friend of Gohan Blanco.
Oh jeez. This is slowly dripping more and more into the cursed category.
Yeah. Wait, Sergio?
Yeah.
Have you ever told them about Dragon Ball X?
We talked about Dragon Ball XZ. Is that what you're talking about?
No, Dragon Ball X by Joe Capo.
No, I don't think you've ever talked about it.
Oh my god.
It's technically Fanon.
Yeah, it is. To give you an idea of how absolutely insane it is, it has a character whose name is Sans Babima. It is the unholy fusion of Sans Undertale, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Kamina from Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
What? You had me at Kamina from Gurren Lagann.
So Joe Capo is the guy who invented Brother Has Some Oats, and he's also the person who invented the Gohan Blanco meme. So he created a series called Dragon Ball X, in which Gohan is the main character.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about now. I watched like a few episodes of it, and I was like I felt like I was having an acid trip.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Great.
It's absolute insanity.
I don't think he makes it anymore. All of his stuff ended up getting re-uploaded because sometimes he just purges his channel.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Calvo.
Yeah, episode 0 is Gohan Blanco versus El Grande Padre.
El Grande Padre. Now you're talking. I remember this.
This sounds like a fever dream.
Oh, fever dreams have fucking.
Yeah, he has one video left that he made 4 days ago called Cleverbot Talks to Itself.
Yeah, he uploads like all the time. Literally,
there's a channel called Ariok Copy the End Joseph Kafias that has everything archived. It looks like.
That's
Dragon Ball X got to 10 episodes, at least according to this channel, from what I can see.
I have a playlist here that actually goes up to episode 14.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
But he would also make like these other videos for like see how do I like I would say it would be like Gohan Greco-Roman Greco-Roman Italian Saiyan form theme ear rape dubstep remix or some dumb thing like that.
What the hell?
I'm concerned for the internet and my own well-being.
Don't be. Accept
but I'm curious. I'm accepting it. I'm excited for it.
Oh, another topic that I'd eventually wanted to broach on this is completely off topic. There is a guy who makes like thousands of dollars a month through Patreon just writing fan fiction.
Wow.
I mean, I know quite a few people who do that for porn, but I mean...
But here's
That's
the thing.
porn, though. Porn always
This-
sells.
That's
if
true.
If you sort Ruby fanfictions by favorites, the whole first page is all his fanfictions. Literally the whole first page
Are they
of
good?
the most favorited. He's a professional writer, and I've read quite a few of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I hope there's some Bumblebee in there because that was my favorite ship, and then the show like made it canon and didn't make it to like how I headcanoned it, and it wasn't the same anymore.
I don't think no Bumblebee. He really likes Jean as a character. So
Right,
he
okay.
he makes Jean the main character like almost every time. There's a few that he isn't.
Can't say that I'm a fan. I don't really like Jean.
Does he have
makes-
any other fandoms?
No. If you go to his page, it is Ruby all the way down.
Wow.
He kind of just does his own thing, though, for the most part. The vast majority of them take place in the times before Ruby got kind of out there with...
So you mean season
Volume
1
4.
through 3?
Yeah, season 1 through 3 is where most of it is
Oh,
concentrated.
okay. Never mind. I can respect him now. The thing is that anytime like my friend Ruby chose her name because she liked Ruby, and she can still agree that Ruby is not a good show.
Yeah, it's just... Ruby has a lot of really interesting ideas. It fails a lot in execution.
Yeah, I mean it's I want to say it's mostly a budget thing, and also on top of that Monty, but because of his passing, but
It definitely lost a lot of good direction for the series when Monty passed, but I think the real problem is the show was never designed to be what it's turned into.
oh
Monty just wanted to see a bunch of cute anime girls fight in a 3D space.
not
and
wrong. I mean I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, for the first few volumes, you get a bunch of cute anime girls fighting in 3D space. And there's a cool story. It's not
I mean,
phenomenal,
it's
fantastic
shonen.
story. Yeah, it's shonen.
The thing with shonen is that you can kind of get away with a lot of like not so good story elements. I mean, look at My Hero Academia, but you can still kind of make it work if people really enjoy like what's going on and the concepts and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you keep your eyes on the prize with shonen, you can. But yeah, one day it'd be interesting to take a real dive into all of that guy's fictions. He has a lot. He has a lot.
I mean, they're good, so we'll definitely have to take a look at them. But I mean, I think that's almost all the time we have here for. Does anyone have any last words or?
Gotta catch
Yeah.
them all.
Gotta catch them all. That's a good one.
Gotta get okay.
Would the Homestuck epilogues be viable to read on this show? Because it's technically fan fiction.
I mean, it's technically fan fiction, but it's also technically canon adjacent.
I haven't finished Homestuck, so I wouldn't understand it.
It's very dubious canon.
Yes, it's very dubious canon. That is the
That's-
perfect way to describe it.
I mean, yeah, that's how the wiki
Sounds
describes
like
it. Dubiously canon.
That sounds like a fan fiction thing for you guys because you guys have actually finished Homestuck.
I have not actually finished Homestuck.
Yeah, you need
Almost.
to
all-
get on that search.
I sadly have. And I read some of the epilogues. All
Yeah, I
I
started
think
reading
about
them.
that is oof.
Yeah, I started reading some of them and I just pieced out.
Yeah,
I
same
definitely
here.
want. There's one thing I really want. It's to read the SCP wiki.
Oh,
the
I would
SCP
like. I
That
would
would
like
be
to
good.
read some SCPs
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
because it's been a while since I've read. I that used to be my primary choice of reading since I got into in high school. It was just reading SCPs.
SCPs are really fun. I like SCPs. Do you guys have a favorite SCP?
I do actually. I have to remember the number. I know it's one of. It's in the 900s. I believe.
Potatoes.
Is it the one that is it the one with many voices?
No.
Okay.
938.
Is it not? It's not 986, is it?
Is it 986? Let's see, 986.
Let's see.
Not 986. See, Coral.
I became a huge fan of 939.
It is SCP-835.
835.
It is yeah, so 835 it appears pretty benign to begin with, but then it truly turns into a horror tale as you get to the bottom and you see what was expunged originally from the original article.
Oh yeah. It's just a giant fucking mouth.
Well, don't spoil it if we're gonna read it.
I think we should check out SCP-1689.
SCP-1689. Which one is that one?
It's a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, it's a bag of holding potatoes.
Is it a Keter sack of potato? No, it's safe.
No, it's safe.
Big fan of also 999. He's just a wholesome dude. I love him.
I know a lot of people who are into SCP say, "Oh, I like XCP because it's a wacky, fun little." I like the horror ones, especially the ones that are like more cosmic in nature.
Okay, I love the horror ones, but this one, if you read the exploration log, it's hilarious.
I like the cake SCP that, like, if you don't eat it every hour, it regenerates. SCP-871.
What's 871?
It is 237 cakes, and if one of them isn't eaten, it will continue to reproduce until the world is filled with cakes. It would render the Earth uninhabitable in 80
It's
days.
Keter class too.
Yeah, because it will break containment.
Oh wow, that's a great SCP. I think one of my other favorites was the bookend. I forget its number classification, but it's if you put something between the two bookends, you get transported into that fictional world, and you have to try and find the bookends. Otherwise, you just become part of the background.
Or one of my favorites is the IKEA store that has like a dimension inside of it.
Yes.
The infinite IKEA.
There were some good when when they were going through SCP-3000, like when that was a thing, and people were submitting what would be the SCP-3000. The ones that didn't win end up just being like assigned a number in the 3000 series, but a lot of those initial submissions were really good.
I think my favorite SCP, as far as just pure horror, has to be SCP-231. That is the most disgusting, depraved, beautiful work of writing I've ever seen.
Well, speaking of that, one of my favorites is the Seven Brides. Yeah, I saw that one. I've read that one, but it's one of the 3000 one. It's I can't remember which doctor it is. I want to say it's Dr. Clef. Dr. Clef gets transported to like this strange like dimension, and he starts like phasing in and out of reality, and eventually his wife brings him back from this dimension, but when he gets out, he is this jumbled, horrid mass of bleeding flesh, and he's trying to talk to her, and she's screaming her head off because he's just this abomination now.
Jeez.
It might not be Clef, because I think Clef is the one who can't die, but it's one of the, like, because, you know, in SCP there are like these doctor characters that recur throughout the series.
Yeah. What's the other SCP? I like Mallow. I like the concept of Mallow mostly, but like you can't not. Like
SCP-3091, I think it is.
I was looking through SCP and I found My Little Pony Nazi art.
Fun.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not 3091.
Give me a second to share it. I think it's something I like to look at.
I like SCP-804.
804.
Yeah.
I'm try the red dimension. It's SCP-3001.
The world without man.
Dr. Scranton is the one who gets trapped inside.
The world without man.
Yes.
World without man.
It's actually pretty horrifying.
I feel like I might have read that one.
It's the globe.
Yeah. Yes, I have read that one.
The globe.
The globe.
Or one of my favorite ones is a group of gamers is playing Quake, and like a lightning hits their like PCs, and they get transported into like a dimension where they become their characters, and they kept like dropping into the real world, and they were killing people because they thought they were enemies in the game they were playing, but eventually the Foundation like told them like, yeah, you were spawning in the real world and killing people, and they decide to redeem themselves. They become like an SCP kill team that the Foundation sends in to neutralize threats.
It's pretty cool.
I like how Dave STDIDER just led into SCPs.
Hey, it's okay. I haven't.
Dave STDIDER is the door to all things.
It's the gateway to the multiverse.
I mean, it has
shade.
enough different franchises coming together inside of it to qualify as the door to the multiverse.
What if there isn't SCP in Dave
Dynapol?
STDIDER?
Dynapol's wiki is probably the door into the multiverse.
Dave STDIDER is but a doggy door through to the multiverse.
Yeah, it's like a
Yes.
it's like the little I wouldn't even say a doggy door. It's like the little kiddie playhouse that's sitting outside. It's
honestly, it's more like a manhole, to be honest.
Consider a Homestuck to be like sewage water. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I mean,
Or
go ahead.
One of my is the SCP-1 proposal. That's the one where the sun is the SCP.
Oh,
Huh.
Interesting.
I like reading through the proposals of SCP-1.
I can't remember which one that was though.
I think my favorite was the trail. I think the one I remember the most was the Trailway.
SD Locke's proposal.
I forget what it was called, but it's essentially they built like the SCP Foundation to like kind of protect the this like trailway in the forest that sends people to another dimension or something.
There was I think it might be one of the one proposals, but it was a huge crossover event between a bunch of SCPs. I think it actually turned into like a canon, and it's a story type proposal. I can't remember what it was, but I was following it for a while.
Gotta love the SCP canons. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I like when they're all connected together. Like there was this one canon there was like this like anomalous organization that was selling like these products to people, and it was leading down a rabbit hole to their other products or screwing with people. I can't remember their name though.
It's a lot of stuff. I like the SCP is definitely something we're gonna have to touch on in the future.
Yes.
Just because there's like it's one of those things that's so big and so much.
It's such an all-encompassing fanon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like, well, I mean, it wouldn't be a fanon technically because this is like the world that they personally created technically.
Yeah, so it's their own thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fanon. It would be original. It's an original creation.
So you think you can secure, contain, and protect?
Maybe for October.
What about STP fanfiction?
I mean, there's always creepy postas, but
an STP fanfiction would simply just exist within the universe.
Yeah, it would just be called a canon.
It would either be a tale, or if it became big enough, it would become a canon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are 231 SCP Foundation mythos on fanfiction.net.
Oh! One of my favorite ones is they put a dude's brain in a probe, and he goes crazy, and then he turns it around and starts hurtling it towards Earth, and they're trying their best to get him to like veer off course, otherwise he's gonna crash into the Earth and kill everyone on it because he's going too fast.
Sometimes you just go too fast, too quick.
Gotta go fast.
I think that's about all the time that we have left for So You Think You Can Fanon. Do you guys any last remarks that don't lead into other conversations?
There are 69 completed SCP mythos on Fanfiction.
Stay safe. Wear your mask properly. Cover your nose and your mouth. Don't take it off to talk to people. You can talk with it on.
Yes. Make sure that you wash your hands every so often. Please make sure that you are standing 6 feet apart, or at least a decent distance. That would be socially appropriate. And don't be a dingle.
Don't listen to our podcast within 6 feet of someone, otherwise they'll never want to talk to you ever again because you were caught listening to So You Think You Can Fanon.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't. It's a drug.
It needs to be more than 6 feet. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Maybe like
I'm not
60
sure if that's an
feet.
insult. Hurts my little baby feels.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
That's true. That's true. But I think that about wraps it up. So we'll see you all next week with hopefully Jake's special secret project. If not, then we'll come back and convene with a bunch of other goobers. We'll see you all later. Bye bye.